right, you are all welcome to LUMIER TV. This is the second trimester edition of LUMIER TV, and today, with Ghana, my country, it's an afternoon program today. We are going to be hosting, or we are going to be having you guys. We want to find out about the SRC presidency of University for Development Studies, UDS Navrongo campus. We want to find out how students feel. The affairs of the SRC is what is bothering students, a lot of students now. So we want to go in on campus and interview some few students and find out how they feel and their thoughts about the student leadership. So this is the state of the affairs of the SRC president with LUMIER TV. All right, so I've been joined by one of the students, a student activist and a politician on campus. Okay, please, may I know your name?
My name is Imuru Malik. I am a level 300 student offering BSc Mathematics with Economics, and also I'm an SRC aspirant.
That's great. We have been joined by Honorable Malik, if I'm not mistaken, an SRC aspirant, Maths with Econs, BSc. I'm happy you have agreed for this interview, though it's a short notice. I want to find out from you, have you been bothered by anything on campus?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to be here. And when we talk about the state of the SRC, or if you are to rate the SRC, first I would maybe want to do it in maybe two methods or two ways. First, by comparison. When we compare this administration, that is OTV's administration, to that of the previous administration I have personally met, that is APAM's administration, that's 2017-18, and then just the last one, that's Aboki's administration, 18-19. Comparing those administrations to that of this one, OTV's one, I would say that APAM's administration has performed maybe lower, to some extent, lower than this administration as it stands now. But Aboki's administration have performed slightly higher than this administration. Though this administration, they are not done yet. They can still do some things. But as it stands now, I would say that Aboki's administration have done slightly higher than this administration.
Wow. I just wanted to ask you something. On what basis do you think Aboki's administration has performed higher than the current president?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. When you look at especially the second method I'm going to talk about, that is about general assessing this administration generally. You see, it has to do about their policies, and as I can remember, OTV's administration, they promised us about 15 policies. They had about 15 policies. That's even excluding their famous school fees offer. They had about 15 policies, excluding that school fees offer policy. And out of these 15 policies, they've been able to accomplish up till now 3 policies. That is wiring of the summer hats, and then also providing chairs or benches for the classrooms. This one, I don't know if he has provided, but I'm just giving it to him. And also he made mention of toilet facilities, improving the condition. And this one, I'm adding it to them because I don't actually honestly know the conditions of the toilet. So I can't, so I'm just going to, whether they've done it or not, I'm just giving it to them. So that's 3 out of 15 promises. And mathematically, when you work this one in percentage form, that's 15, 3 over 15 times 100, you see that you get something like 20. So that's 20% out of the 100%, according to the policies you see. And then maybe when we add maybe the activisms they've done, because this administration, they've actually done some activism that has led to this development ongoing. When we add those activisms and then maybe the things they've done that they didn't include in their policy, maybe I'll just give them 5%. Adding to that 20%, that will be 25%. You see, so that's 25% out of 100% that this administration have performed. And then comparing this to Aboki's administration, I could say that Aboki's administration, even though I've learned that they made some debt acquiring most of the things that they have acquired. For instance, the radio fast and then some of the shuttles and stuff. But at least we know that they did the radio fast and then the shuttle and at least some basic stuffs. You see, so this administration, I've not seen any tangible thing that they've done that I can just point to and say that these guys have done it. You see, aside the ones I've just mentioned.
Mr. Malik, You mentioned of Radio Fast and the shuttle as the achievements of the previous administration. I mean, His Excellency Kofi Aboki's time. What benefits does the Radio Fast has to do with students' performances on campus, our well-being? Because Radio Fast just worked for, if I'm not mistaken, some few weeks and it was dead. The shuttle came in place for some few weeks and it's packed there already. So on what criteria do you think that is far better than working on the pavilions? I mean the parliaments, for students to go and sit down and learn, get access to Wi-Fi. They will be able to plug their phones and their laptops to learn and other stuff. On what basis?
Okay, so I'm saying this because you see, students, as we are here, it's not all about our academics. We have other things. You see, other things such as the Radio Fast, that's information. And with this Radio Fast, it was a very great initiative. This alone could have maybe earned the SRC some quality amount of money to run their projects. You see, it's just unfortunate that maybe poor maintenance, as a result of poor maintenance, is not working now. But as I recall, it's like it was working before Aboki left office. So I don't blame he's not working on him. It was working when he left office. So I think Radio Fast, especially radios in general, you can't compare radios to shuttle. This guy didn't even build, what's the name? Pavilion. This guy didn't build the pavilion. He just fixed the lights. You see, so we can't actually, come on, we can't compare this Radio Fast to what's the name, fixing lights in what's the name, in the pavilion. And that's because that's the reason why I said that this guy has performed better than what's the name, Aboki has performed better than this current administration. No, these are facts. You see, they are there. When you go to the WhatsApp platform, you can still look through his policies. They are there. They are facts. It's not like what's the name, there is something we are not saying or we are just saying it ourselves. These are facts and they are there.
Wow, it's very nice on the state of the SRC president or the presidency of the SRC on Navrongo campus of UDS. It's getting very interesting. We would have more of these coming up, but I would like to allow him take leave of us because I'm sure he might have other schedules. I'm very happy and honored that you have joined LUMIER TV this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. And to conclude, I would say that, you see, as parents, we all have a whole lot of things or good. We want to do a whole lot of good for a whole lot of students. That's why we make all these promises. And personally, I would advise myself and other aspirants that we should learn to be honest with the students. And we can't be honest with the students when we are making all these unrealistic promises. You see, so myself and the other aspirants, I advise us that we should be honest with the students and make promises that we can keep. Okay, that's it. And thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you. In fact, let's not deceive students. Thanks very, very much, Honorable Malik, for joining LUMIER TV. All right. It's fun over here. We have been discussing about the state of the SRC, like I said earlier, and I'm happy to have one of our eloquent and our parliamentarians, if I'm not mistaken, among us. I would like that you introduce yourself to my viewers.
All right. First, I would like to thank you and then applaud LUMIER TV for the great job that they are doing. And then also, I welcome all students of UDS, especially the Navrongo campus, back to campus. I wish them a fruitful trimester. I am Ebenezer Opoku-Mensah, a third-year BSc biochemistry student, and then an SRC president aspirant.
That's okay. He has introduced himself. I want to find out, I want to ask, you know, the topic we are discussing now, it's the state of the SRC. The affairs, what he has done so far, we are assessing him. Basically, that is what we are doing this morning. I want to ask you, what's your take on his performances, what he has done so far? What's your take on what he has done so far?
All right. Thank you so much too for the question too. For the state of the SRC or the performance of the SRC so far, I think for now is good compared to some previous administrations, in the sense that looking at His Excellency Raymond Otivi, what he has done since last trimester, even before he became the SRC president, I see it to be more impressive. Last trimester like this, over the years, before you can do part payment, you have to pay 70% of your school fees. But last trimester, I'm a witness, someone who paid less than 50% had the opportunity to register, and so you will see it to be an achievement to him. And then looking at conditions on campus too, the washrooms were very, very bad. Even if it is not him who has done it, he has pushed management to do it, so it's also a plus to him. And then the ceilings too in NH1 and NH2, I reported on 19th January this year, and then I've seen that they've changed it. So all these are things that he is doing, and I believe that he will do more. So I can say that he has done a lot, and he has to do more. He shouldn't be relaxed. He has to do more than what he has done so far. Thank you.
That's okay. He thinks that His Excellency Raymond Otivi is doing well because of the reasons or some of the things he mentioned. But comparing it to other universities or other presidents in the same university, like other campuses in the same university, do you think Raymond is doing well?
Honestly speaking, I don't know much that has been happening in the other campuses, but talking of Tamale campus, there's a central president brought an initiative about the data sim, and I see it to be nice, just that how it is being implemented is not the good way. So I can't compare his administration to other campuses too. Yeah, that's what I can say for now.
Okay. Raymond Otivi is known to be an activist. Do you think, or can you assess his activism a little for me, like for my viewers and myself?
Yes, I can. You see, we run trimester, and we are in the second trimester, so I think I'll give him, in percentage, I'll give him, let's say, 60% for how he's been, for his activism. Yeah, I think 60%.
He's a little satisfied with His Excellency Raymond Otivi. Others share different thoughts. I am happy that he has joined us today, this morning, to discuss about the performance of His Excellency Raymond Otivi. I'm happy, Ebenezer, once more having you on my show. Thanks very much for joining us, and I'm sure that next time we'll push him down and get more. Yeah. So before I let go of Honorable Ebenezer, I would like that he just maybe one word, your conclusion or your closing remarks before I take leave of us.
Yeah. I think thank you once again, and all that I have this morning to all students of UDS is that I'm an aspirant and for the SRC president, and I started right from level 100, and I have worked on how to make things on campus better, so they shouldn't have any fear. Yes, they shouldn't have any fear. When the time comes, they should just come out and then support. And then also, I urge all students to subscribe to LUMIER TV. This trimester is full of activities, talking of the SRC elections, departmental election, SRC week, and other things. So if you don't want to be left out, they have to subscribe to LUMIER TV to get all updates. Thank you so much.
Subscribe to LUMIER TV, Honorable Ebenezer. Thanks very, very much for passing through my show. I'm so grateful to have you, and I wish to see you another time on our shows. It's not campaign yet, so I wouldn't allow him to go down, and when it gets there, we'll bring them up for you guys to see them. It's happy having you once more. Thanks very, very much. Good morning too.
Good morning.
We have been discussing about the SRC president, the state of the SRC president or his office, and I'm happy you have agreed to be interviewed on this topic.
Yeah, sure.
Can you please introduce yourself for my viewers?
Okay, I am Mohammed Amin Ibrahim, BSc Computer Science level 300 and CSC President Hopeful. Okay, I said I'm Mohammed Amin Ibrahim, studying BSc Computer Science level 300 and CSS President Hopeful.
All right, CSC President Hopeful. CSS, sorry, Computer Science Society. Good. I'm happy you are, since you are also around there. I'm sure you the interest of CSC or computer sciences would be very keen to you. Have you observed anything that the SRC president or his office is doing to improve the computer department?
Oh, okay. Actually, there is no specific program or activity that the SRC is doing to improve the technology or the presence of technology on campus. But then there are some activities that they did last trimester, which was, even though it was a general, but then if you take the other side of it, which was geared to technology, which was in collaboration with the Hot Prize, they organized a business pitch. With this, I think it also in a way help to create the awareness of computer science students to create their own startup, to create their own business idea. You get it? So that when they leave school, they can at least try to establish themselves, not always taking their CVs, going around looking for job. As a computer science student, you can create your own business, you can create your own startup. So I think this was some part of the things that SRC did, even though the focus was not much on the CSs, but then in a way it also improved that.
So do you have some suggestions that you think if the SRC puts in place, it's going to help IT or computer? You see, this world is turning to computer and technology. Do you think there are some things possibly that the SRC president or his office can look at to boost students' morale into looking at that aspect of life? Yeah,
definitely. There are a lot of things that the SRC can at least employ that can help boost the morale of the computer science student. You see, the school give us a specific period, let's say a seminar period. You see, that particular seminar period can be seized for seminars. You can try to invite people from other institutions like telecommunication institutions like MTN, Vodafone, to come and show us like how to prepare yourself for the job market. Honestly, it's not always the thing that they teach us in class that we can go and exhibit there. You understand? So the SRC can also seize that opportunity to also bring those people on board, like digital marketing institutions or let's say mobile telecommunication institution or IT firms, to come and teach us, train us, give us the tips on how we can prepare ourselves as computer science students to fit the job market after school. So this is one of my humble opinion.
Wow, this is great. I'm sure the aspirants would be listening or you'll be watching. These are tips from his honorable CSS President Hopeful. In fact, I don't want to bore him so much with the technological aspect. I want to send him back to campus. Can you rate the SRC president's performance can you examine his performance so far?
Oh, honestly, the SRC, to me, it's my humble opinion that he's doing well. He's doing well, even though there are some lapses which I will mention, but he's doing well. You see, as a leader, we need someone who can push the interest of the people, the interest of the student to the authority. And if you look at the previous administration, it was very, very hard for them. You see, if you go to the authorities and you don't have that confidence, you don't have that zeal, they will sit you down and propose to you, and you have to take it. But the current administration, I don't think they are like that. When you send your offer to them, they will sit you down, propose to you. But this is one of the best, this is the quality of the current president. But then, one thing that I want to mention to him is that whenever he is trying to push something, he should also always look at the opinions of the student. All opinions of this. That's one thing that I see to be not going on well. That's why most of the times there's disagreement in GA. You have to also come down to the point to listen to the interest of the people, the students. I remember earlier last trimester we went for demonstration, even though there was like some kind of differences between the students. Some were saying we are doing it for ECOWAS, so we are doing it for the horse, we are not doing it for SRC, which was very bad, even though we did something. But then motivation should come down. Sometimes it's not always that the people come to you, but you have to come to the people. You understand? So he can come down. We will also give him like our opinion and support him fully. You get it? And also he's doing well and shouldn't stop. Just that the sister campuses are not trying to collaborate with him. That's why he's facing mass challenges. And if you compare that particular quality to the previous administration, I think he's far better than all of them. Far better than all of them. Why? Because Abochi was the central SRC. Abochi was the central SRC, but we are not central anymore. But look at how OTV is pushing harder. So imagine if we were the central now. Imagine how far we could have gone. You get it? So this is my humble opinion about that.
So you made mention that OTV is the kind that doesn't come down to students to listen to us and understand us. Okay, can you make okay, if I'm not pushing you so much, but if I am pushing you, you can keep it if there are security reasons, but can you mention one or two instances that he has failed to adhere to students?
No, like what I'm saying that there has never been like a capacity for that. There's never been an opinion, like let's say of a forum for students to come and suggest their views. Whatever the OTV does, let me land. Whatever that OTV does is for the interest of the student. But yes, it's for the interest of the student. But then you still have to come down to listen to them well. That could help. That will give you the maximum support. You get what I'm saying?
But I remember he organized an open forum last trimester for students, and the attendance was very poor. It doesn't mean we the students don't even care about our own affairs.
Okay, I'm not aware of that opening forum, but then I know that there's another one coming, which I'm very, very happy about it. I'm very
29th.
Yeah.
29th.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to also add something. Currently, or some few days back, that was on the 25th of this month, some 2 days back, the central president had an open forum for, I'm sure it was meant for the whole university. Why is it that they didn't allow or send representations from here to Tamale to partake? Because if he's going to address students, he's addressing all of us as the central president, isn't it? So why do you have any issue with the nature or the way it went?
Yeah, definitely I have because when we say UDA, it's not only Tamale campus. You see, it's 4 campuses for what I know. So there should have been representative from each campuses to also partake, and it was done on a weekend too. I don't know. So to me, it was not a nice way. It was not a nice way. And that they use Google. I was on the page. They use Google forms, Google survey form. You see, anybody can just apply. Anybody, you just your email address. You just enter your email. I can decide to have 2 email addresses. I can decide to choose yes, 2 yes. It has boosted the yes. You get what I'm saying? So that is not eligible. That's not a guarantee to do that. You get it? No. To me, that one is very bad because you can decide to have 5 emails with different names and it will work. So if you are in support of that, you can vote 5 times. No, this is very, very, very bad. You understand?
Appalling, abysmal performance on that side. I'm very happy that you joined us this morning. I want you to add, if you have anything to add before I take leave of you, so that I can get other people and also speak to them and get their views on this matter.
Definitely. What I would like to say is that I'm talking to my fellow aspirants. We don't have to overpromise. We don't have to overpromise. Let's talk to the people. Let's be honest with them because they are going to trust us. They are going to trust us with their vote, and that is enough for us. And it will be very, very sad that this is a movement. It's not the president is not going to. You are not going to be a president forever. It's a movement. You get it. Right. So if you come and you don't serve with diligence, honestly, maybe you don't know where you meet other members after school. You get it. So we don't have to overpromise and limited promise, and we can take it from there.
All right. Thanks very much. Don't promise too much, eh? All right. So I'm happy you joined us.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
It's nice having all those guys to talk about the state of the SRC president. But my take on this issue, it's whether the SRC president is doing well, he's not doing well. It all boils down to the way we relate to them. Most of us would crime on WhatsApp, then we would speak a lot of English, scare people and what have you. But when it comes to facing the realities in physical terms, nobody seems to appear. Some people would just go online and they will be like, we won't agree, we won't do this. But when it comes to physical terms, they do nothing. They work very down. So let's walk the talking. Okay, let's walk the talking and stop being hypocrites. A lot of people are hypocrites. I'm not insulting you in any way, but if you are hypocrites and it's touching you, please change your attitude. Change, because Ghana, we need to talk and act. The talking is too much in University for Development Studies. The talking is too much. When they call for open forums, 5 people would come. Where's your talking? But when it's WhatsApp, you will see 1,000 students talking about an issue. But when they call you to come and they will dialogue, you don't come. Please, let's walk the talking. This is LUMIER TV, and we are back for you, and we are going to work for you. I love you.